Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to unpack something pretty universal. This stack of sources we've got, it's all about that internal battle we all face.
That's right. You know how we're all the lead actor in our own movie, like the star of the show.
Totally. Our own personal blockbuster playing out in our heads.
But here's the twist.
Yeah.
We're also the harshest critic watching that movie, like way tougher than anyone else.
It's a paradox, isn't it? So yeah, this deep dive is about figuring out how to silence that inner troll.
Exactly. And how to start valuing yourself properly, build the right mindset, the right structure, so you can actually achieve those massive goals you might have.
And we're using a really fascinating case study to bring this to life. A mentalist and an incredible ultramarathon runner, Oz Pearlman.
Yeah, his journey and his insights are just perfect for this. It really illustrates the concepts.
It really does. Because if you just pause for a second right now and look around, that person on their phone, the guy stuck in traffic next to you, they're the A-lister in their story.
And we're just background characters in their film.
Exactly. NPCs, non-player characters.
But that self-focus, you see, it can be a trap.
Yeah.
It puts this intense spotlight on every tiny thing we think is wrong with us.
Yeah, that inner critic is always there, isn't it? Supposedly on your team, but often, well, undermining everything.
Total saboteur sometimes. But it's important to understand why it's there. Why is this negativity so kind of baked into us?
That's where the sources get really interesting. They're saying it's not just like a modern psychological quirk.
No, it's deeper. It seems to be rooted in our biology, actually.
Okay, so why would our brains evolve to beat us up so much? Seems counterintuitive.
Well, it boils down to survival. Think back thousands of years.
Okay.
Our ancestors, if they didn't sit around the cave kind of stewing over potential threats, anticipating the worst possible outcome, well, they might not have made it. That worry, that negativity, it kept them safe.
Ah, I get it. So sometimes that little voice nagging you is actually right.
Sometimes, yeah. Like the voice saying, maybe don't sign up for that 5 a.m. workout class.
Yeah. Or put down the pizza slice.
Exactly. It's protecting future you from definite pain.
Okay. So the critic isn't always bad.
No. The challenge is knowing when that ancient caution flips from being helpful to just limiting, holding you back.
Right. When it stops protecting and starts preventing.
Precisely. And one really common way it trips us up is projection, especially when we're waiting for something, feeling uncertain.
Oh, yeah, that mental spiral. You send a big proposal or you're waiting on job news.
And the silence is just crushing.
Yeah, and instead of thinking, oh, they're probably just swamped, your brain goes somewhere else entirely.
Right. You start inventing these unpleasant stories, feeling ignored, maybe insulted, totally inadequate.
And then you get defensive, right? Yeah. Angry at them for making you feel bad.
You assign all this bad intent where probably there isn't any. The key insight from the sources here is simple, but really powerful. You just have to assume the best.
Okay, that makes sense intellectually. But when you're actually in that anxious spiral, feeling kind of powerless, how do you actually do that?
That's where a practical strategy comes in. Proactive follow-up.
Okay.
Don't just sit there stewing. Instead of waiting for them, you take charge. You set a quick note, or maybe you even say it up front.
Like what?
Something like, hey, I know you're incredibly busy right now, so no worries at all. Just to make it easy, I'll circle back with you in, say, 2 weeks.
So you give them grace immediately. You take away the potential guilt they might feel for being slow.
Exactly. And crucially, you're not just passively waiting anymore. You've assigned the next step to yourself. You're back in control.
That totally flips the power dynamic. That's smart. Really smart.
It reframes the whole interaction.
Yeah.
And, speaking of intense feelings, what about just pure rage when the world or your inner critic makes you see red?
Yeah, what do you do then?
Well, the sources offer this brilliant little hack, the emotional brain dump, or the nasty email trick.
Yeah. Okay, I think I know this one. You write it all out.
You draft the most scorching, career-endingly honest email you can possibly imagine. Get it all out, every last bit of anger.
And this is the important part.
You leave the to field blank, absolutely blank.
Right, it's like a pressure valve.
Totally. You get the release, the catharsis of typing it all out, but without the catastrophic consequences.
When you wait.
Yes, that's critical. Set a timer, an alarm for 24 hours later. That delay lets those boiling hot feelings just cool right down.
From boiling to lukewarm, as one source put it.
Exactly. And when that alarm goes off,
99 times out of 100, you just delete it. You don't need to send it anymore.
The urge has passed. The crisis is averted. Okay, so that's for big flare-ups.
Yeah.
What about the daily grind? That constant low-level criticism?
For that, we need that cognitive behavioral therapy tool we looked at.
Right, the classic catch it, check it, change it. This is your everyday weapon against those destructive thought patterns.
Okay, let's walk through it. Say you, I don't know, bombed a presentation, or you're trying a new recipe and it's a disaster.
Happens to the best of us.
And you catch yourself thinking, wow, I am such an idiot. I should never have even tried this. I'm just not capable. That's the catch it part.
Exactly. Yeah. You notice the negative thought. Then, step 2, check it.
Okay, so you ask, is this thought actually accurate? Is it helpful? Is it useful?
Right. Is it really true that you're an idiot? Probably not. Maybe this presentation didn't go well, but what about that big project you nailed last month?
Or maybe you can't cook Thai food to save your life, but you make amazing lasagna.
Precisely. You find the evidence that contradicts the critic's sweeping negative statement. You challenge it.
Got it. And the final step, change it.
Yep. And the new thought needs to be realistic and helpful, not just empty positive fluff.
So instead of, I am an idiot,
it becomes something like, okay, I struggled with that specific thing, but I know I'm good at other stuff. Next time I'll prepare differently by doing X and Y. You create a plan.
you give yourself a roadmap forward, not just a beatdown. I like that.
It's constructive.
That whole idea, creating a constructive path forward, it leads us perfectly into the ultimate test of mindset, the Spartathlon.
Oh, yeah. This is where you absolutely have to write the finish line speech in your head, not the quitting speech.
No room for the DNF speech there.
None. Because this race, it's where your internal monologue can literally mean the difference between finishing and collapsing.
Give us a scale again. It's huge, right?
It's epic. 153 miles. That's the legendary route Pheidippides ran from Athens to Sparta.
Wow, that's like running almost 6 marathons, back to back.
In 36 hours or less.
Yeah.
The cutoff is brutal.
And Oz Pearlman's first attempt, back in 2011. It's such a stark example of the mind giving up before the body.
Totally. He was a physical wreck by mile 54, yeah, throwing up constantly.
Over 80 times, the sources said.
Unbelievable. But the real failure, he said, was mental. He made that fatal error.
Focusing on how far he still had to go?
Exactly. Obsessing over the 99 miles still ahead, just this impossible distance. And worse.
What?
He started mentally writing his DNF speech, his did not finish excuses, while he was still running.
Oh, wow. So he was already planning to fail.
Pretty much. He was justifying quitting instead of focusing on just the next step, the next mile marker, the next aid station. That mental surrender basically guaranteed the outcome.
And the tough lesson he learned
was that the physical pain, as bad as it was, would have faded way faster than the emotional agony of quitting. That sticks with you.
Yeah, I bet. And wasn't there a moment at an aid station, some crucial advice?
Yeah, this amazing, haunting quote from a guy there. He saw Oz struggling and said, "If you cannot run, then you walk. If you cannot walk, then you crawl. Never, never give up."
Wow. Powerful words.
Came too late that year, but it clearly stuck with him. It planted a seed.
Because he went back the next year, 2012.
He did. Similar physical condition, apparently,
Mm-hmm.
but a completely different mindset. Radically different.
The new mental script was just...
quitting is not an option. Period. Not even a consideration.
And he literally wrote mantras on himself.
Yep. Pain is temporary, glory is forever. Right there on his forearms. Constantly feeding himself that positive self-talk mile after mile.
Which must have been vital because 2012 was...
the hottest year on record for the race. It led to the lowest finisher rate ever. Only 19% made it.
Unbelievable conditions.
And his story about the reset.
Hmm.
It's incredible. He hits this massive 3,600-foot mountain climb, just completely depleted.
Yeah.
Collapses on some rocks, passes out for maybe 5 minutes. Just deep sleep. Wakes up as the sun is rising.
Yeah.
It's like a total reset, mentally, physically. It just showed that if you shut down that inner critic, if your resolve is absolute, the physical stuff becomes manageable. Just hurdles to overcome.
And he finished. He actually did it.
Sobbing at the finish line. Kissing the statue of King Leonidas. Proving that mantra right.
Pain is temporary, glory is forever. What an incredible story.
The key takeaway is so clear, isn't it? Whether it's a massive race, starting a business, finishing a difficult project.
You have to write the speech you'll give when you succeed. Focus on that outcome.
Because that focus dictates what you do right now, how much effort you put in.
Absolutely. And focusing on the outcome, on the value of the effort. That brings us neatly to the business side of things, valuing yourself.
Yeah, this is tricky, especially when you're passionate about what you do. Like, how do you put a price on something, say a magic show that you love so much, you'd almost do it for free?
That feeling makes negotiating so hard. You just want to give it away sometimes.
Exactly. And that's where you need to anchor yourself with the concept of opportunity cost.
Right. Explain that again.
Okay, so every hour you spend doing that thing you love for free or for too little money, that's an hour you aren't spending on a paid gig.
Or with your family, or resting, or learning something new.
Exactly. Time is finite. You're sacrificing something valuable. You need to put a real calculated number on that sacrifice. It's not just about the money.
Okay, so you understand your opportunity cost. Then comes the negotiation itself.
And here, the sources shout one piece of advice louder than anything else. Anchor high.
The rule being, you can always come down in price.
You can never go up. Nailed it. You start with an initial price much higher than your absolute minimum acceptable rate.
Why does that work so well?
Psychologically, it's brilliant. When you negotiate down from that high anchor, the other person feels like they got a deal, like they won.
Even though you still landed comfortably above your bottom line.
Precisely. Both sides feel good. But doing this, it requires battling that inner people pleaser, right? The part of you that hates asking for too much.
Totally. So how do you manage that?
This is where Oz Pearlman's technique of siloing yourself comes in, creating Agent U.
Agent U. Okay, tell me about Agent U.
It's a psychological buffer. Agent U isn't you, the person. Agent U is your professional representative, a cutthroat shark, maybe, who believes your service is worth every single penny.
So Agent U handles the tough stuff, the asking price, the pushback.
Exactly. It separates Oz Pearlman, the person who loves magic and connecting with people, from Oz the Mentalist, the high-value service provider who needs to be compensated fairly.
But does that feel, I don't know, fake when you're actually talking to the client?
It's not about being fake. It's about creating strategic distance. It stops you from taking rejection personally. If they say no to Agent U's price, it's a business decision, not a comment on your personal worth.
Ah, I see. It depersonalizes the no.
And that distance gives you the ultimate power in negotiation, being genuinely willing to walk away.
Because Agent U knows your worth and won't accept less.
That's the strongest position you can have. And it led to that amazing, outrageous win story.
Right, the client who insisted on booking him, even though he had a 100-mile race scheduled.
Yeah. His manager said, just quote something insane to make them go away.
Yeah.
The client said, yes, instantly. Didn't even blink. It was this huge validation of his actual market value.
Wow. Proved the worth.
And look what happened next. He used that race fitness, broke the Central Park running record, ran 116 miles.
Raised a ton of money for Ukraine relief, right?
$116,000.
Yeah.
And got insane media coverage, front page of the New York Times. Stuff you just can't buy.
Incredible. It shows that when you truly internalize your value, it doesn't just help your bank account. It unlocks these massive other opportunities.
Totally. But achieving those big things, you can't do it alone. You really shouldn't even try.
Yeah, that trap of trying to be Superman or Wonder Woman, handling every single little thing yourself.
We think we need to do it all, but it just leads to being overwhelmed. You end up being a master of nothing, really.
So what's the antidote?
Vulnerability. Which sounds like weakness to a lot of people, especially maybe men, but it's actually a superpower.
How so?
Neurologically, being vulnerable, admitting you need help, letting people in, it's tied to courage and connection. It actually triggers dopamine and, get this, oxytocin.
The love hormone. Trust hormone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It builds trust, makes teams stronger, more resilient. Asking for help isn't weak, it's smart team building.
Okay, so vulnerability makes asking for help easier. Then the strategy is delegation. Focusing on your, what was the phrase?
Your highest and best use.
Right.
You need to honestly look at how you spend your time. Anything that isn't your absolute highest contribution level, offload it.
It's more than just hiring an accountant, isn't it?
Oh, much more. It's recognizing, say, if you spend an hour driving somewhere to pick something up, could that hour have been better spent on strategic planning or critical client outreach?
Yeah. If so, pay someone else to do the driving or the stapling or the envelope stuffing, those arts and crafts tasks, as one source called them.
Exactly. Even taking a taxi instead of the subway, if it buys you 20 minutes of uninterrupted email time, might be worth it.
The big hurdle for a lot of us, though, is letting go of control. We worry someone else won't do it right.
That anxiety is usually misplaced. Often, when you delegate to a professional, like a good event planner, they not only do it right, they add value you wouldn't have even thought of. Thoughtful touches, better ideas.
You have to trust the process and free up your own finite time for the stuff only you can truly do.
That's the goal. And that support structure isn't complete without mentorship.
Ah, yes, finding those guides. People who are further down the road.
Ideally, someone 5 or 10 years ahead of you in your field. Like Oz sought out Bruce Kessler, who pushed him past just relying on gimmicks to really master the foundations.
But how do you get a busy, successful person like that to actually mentor you? They have zero free time.
The secret formula, according to the sources, is you have to be of value to them.
Okay. Not just ask for their time.
No, that rarely works. You need to create a sense of equity, of fairness. Offer something first.
Like what? Take tedious tasks off their plate.
Exactly. Offer to check all the links on their website. Manage some research they haven't got around to. Use a specific skill you have that could benefit them.
So you create this little thank you moment. You give first.
It encourages reciprocity. They're more likely to invest time in you if you've already invested effort in them. It's not transactional in a crude way. It's about mutual respect.
That makes sense. It's like you're paying a small toll for their wisdom, but with your effort, not just asking for a handout.
And that principle of giving first without expecting an immediate return, it connects back to that amazing early story about penguin magic.
Right, when they were just college kids running the business out of an apartment.
Yeah, and Oz helped them out, making demo videos for their magic tricks for free, just because he wanted to help.
Pure generosity. No expectation of anything back then.
And years later, that relationship, built on goodwill, led directly to them producing his Born to Perform card magic DVD.
Which became the biggest selling instructional card magic DVD ever.
It launched his global touring career, a massive piece of his success, traceable back to that early non-transactional act of just helping out, paying it forward.
Wow, what a journey we've covered. This has been a fantastic deep dive.
It really has. We went from those tiny internal tools like catch it, check it, change it, right up to building massive resilience.
Yeah, silencing the critics, setting boundaries with Agent U, tackling huge goals like the Spartathlon.
And building that essential support system through vulnerability, delegation, and mentorship.
The thread running through it all seems clear, doesn't it?
Absolutely. When you finally stop fighting yourself, when you start recognizing and demanding the true value of your time, your skills, your effort, that's when you become invaluable. First to yourself and then to others.
You unlock your own potential.
That's the core message.
Okay, so let's leave our listeners with a final provocative thought to mull over.
Right.
If you were to do a quick self-audit right now, compare yourself today, your skills, your mindset, your progress to where you were, say, a year or two ago.
Okay.
Are you genuinely, demonstrably better? Are you closer to that highest version of yourself you imagine?
And if the honest answer is, maybe not. Or not as much as you'd like.
Then the question is, what single tangible action, not some vague goal, but one concrete, manageable step can you commit to doing today, right now?
What step can you take to start closing that gap? Give yourself that specific roadmap forward.
Not the beatdown, the roadmap. Start building that